meeting could not be more appropriate. In difficult times, close coordination and cooperation with like-minded allies is more important than ever. And I should emphasize that in the Nordic family, we obviously feel as family, even though probably everybody was happy to have a couple of weeks off with the proper family. But our Canadian colleague, Anita Anand, who is here with us today, really is fitting the bill just exactly as everybody else. So thank you so much for being here today. Now, on the events yesterday, the meetings well, those meetings altogether are a true demonstration of the US, Europe, and Ukraine having a united determination and pursuit for peace. And indeed, now it is up to Putin to put words into action. Sadly, as the leaders last night, Finnish time, were working on advancing peace in Washington, Putin was busy bombing civilian targets in Ukraine. In the region of Poltava, especially in the form of cruise missiles, you would have drones like we have experienced, unfortunately, on a daily basis in Ukraine, but also ballistic missiles. Putin started this war, and Putin could end his war even today if he wanted to. This is why we will continue to increase pressure on Russia's war economy together with our partners and allies. The EU's 19th sanctions package is a key element in ramping up that pressure. The next concrete action point is to work out the modalities regarding credible security guarantees. We have already started this work in the coalition of the willing with the United States. In the peace negotiations, we stand firmly with Ukraine. Only Ukraine can decide its own borders and future, including its EU and NATO path. The immediate priority is to stop the killing and bring the abducted children and prisoners of war home. And in this regard, a special thanks to Canada for your tireless efforts in bringing back those children. We will continue our military assistance to Ukraine's rightful self-defense. Ukraine's defense forces are Europe's strongest. A strong Ukraine in the battlefield is a prerequisite for a just and lasting peace. Today, we have also had fruitful discussions on other current topics, including the Arctic, the Middle East, and geoeconomics. With this, I'm happy to pass on the word to Anita, I guess, if Mikko doesn't have anything to add. Please.
No, thank you, Minister Valtonen. And yes, that's correct. We will now hear a statement from Canada's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Anita Anand. Minister Anand, the floor is yours.
Bonjour tout le monde. Good afternoon. Yava paiva.
Yava paiva, wow.
Ustavat. Dervezet kahaikilda Canada Lightzilda. I want to thank you, Elina, Minister Valtonen, and our Finnish hosts for welcoming us, as well as for your current leadership of the N5 presidency. And to all of my foreign minister friends here from the N5, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland, thank you so much for the conversation, the discussion, and I look forward to continued partnership. I'm here because of your invitation and because deepening our economic, security, and regional cooperation is a core pillar of Canada's Arctic foreign policy. 70% of Canada's coastline is Arctic facing. 40% of Canada's landmass is Arctic facing. And we will continue to work together with all of you to advance the strategic Arctic and transatlantic partnership that exists between our nations. I will be conveying this through meetings with my counterparts here, obviously, and with President Stubb later today. And I will just say, closer collaboration is the name of the game. In today's geostrategic environment, with pressing economic, military and defense cooperation issues, our collaboration means so much. And in fact, this partnership is more than strategic. It is natural, given our shared northern geographies, as well as our common values, our common interests, and our common priorities. Canada, like the Nordic countries, is focused on results. We're exploring a number of tangible actions that we can take together on key foreign policy and security priorities. And these priorities include Arctic and transatlantic security, Ukraine, NATO, and the rules-based international order. And as we have seen over the past few days, this cooperation is particularly relevant in light of developments over Russia's illegal war in Ukraine. My colleagues and I had a fruitful conversation, as Elina mentioned, about how we are going to work together on a series of issues, including Ukraine, support for Ukraine, security guarantees for Ukraine, and of course, ensuring that we are there in the short and long term for Ukraine in seeking its territorial integrity and its enduring sovereignty. In an increasingly volatile world, in other words, Canada and the Nordic countries are strategic, stable partners. We have long benefited from cooperation, and today we have deepened and will continue to deepen that cooperation. Thank you. Merci. Kiitos.
Kiitos.
Thank you, Minister Anand. And now Denmark's Minister for Foreign Affairs, Lars Løkke Rasmussen, please.
Thank you, and thank you, Elina, for your warm welcome and for hosting us in these beautiful surroundings. I'm really delighted to be here among friends, as you said. And I guess it's right to say that Nordic cooperation is stronger and more important than ever. We share fundamental values with Canada as well, and security interests, and we are close friends. And this is a critical moment in time, and we remain in daily contact. But this meeting has been an important opportunity for us to discuss unfolding events in person, and to ensure that we are aligned and to help push developments in the right direction. Speaking with one voice increases our impact, and especially because we have proven that we have been able to bring our cooperation beyond just speaking. We have actually walked the talk. And I am very proud of our collective Nordic efforts to support Ukraine. And if more countries followed the Nordic example, the way we lead, Ukraine would be in a much stronger position. And therefore we also have the, I would say, moral upper hand when we sent this very clear message that we first welcome the ongoing diplomatic efforts to end the war, and secondly, that we will continue to support Ukraine. And thirdly, the need for pressure on Russia will remain and will continue. We stand ready to maintain our substantial military and financial support to Ukraine and impose further restrictive measures against Russia, and to support Ukraine's effort to achieve a just and lasting peace with credible security guarantees. And that is perhaps the most important takeaway from the meeting yesterday, that there will now be a transatlantic cooperation about defining the needed security guarantees. We will continue to project Nordic and European solidarity behind Ukraine. And I'm happy that we had the chance these days in Finland to reaffirm those positions among friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister Rasmussen. And now Norway's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Espen Barth Eide.
Well, Kiitos, thank you very much to Elina and team for fantastic hospitality. It's a lovely place to meet, and it's been a really good meeting. And as has been said, Nordic cooperation has always been very important for us, very close, but never as much as now, both because we are all in NATO and also because the security surroundings, the situation in our part of the world is more dramatic than it has been for a lifetime. So it's really a good time to meet and to stay together. And we are thrilled to have Anita and have Canada here, also to discuss Arctic issues in addition to Ukraine and other security issues. I want to say that all